I will not sit down and be quiet. I will sit down and keep talking. So my man says that the Old Testament was not written until the Babylonian captivity. What? Then explain the book of Deuteronomy. All right. So based on the conversation that I was having, and I was expressing the fact that um, the Pentateuch, the Torah, was not written down until Babylonian captivity and the time after that. Let's talk about the book of Deuteronomy, though. Now, the Babylonian captivity happened around in the 500, mid 500s. Well, started in the late 500s, so like 500, well, early 500s, which would be like 599. Happened around 599, 600, and then lasted until about 534 when Darius freed the northern kingdom of Israel to go and reestablish their vassal state within the Persian Empire. The southern kingdom of Judah was able to maintain their vassal statehood and was not taken into Babylonian captivity. And it is during that time frame that they began to worship Yahweh singularly. But prior to that, you looking at the around 700, between 700 and 600 BCE, you have Josiah, who did not have Deuteronomy, but had a Deuteronomy codex, a Deuteronomy text of the law, which he only had about the first 12 books, 12 chapters of Deuteronomy during that time frame. So this is not your complete text of Deuteronomy that would have been in existence. It wasn't until Hezekiah, which is during the Babylonian captivity and after the Babylonian captivity in the southern kingdom of Judah, that you get the rest of Deuteronomy starting to be put together. Is during that time frame. But it still didn't end at the time frame of after King Josiah, as it was still being worked on and looked upon all the way up until the Jewish canon was closed. And we know the Jewish canon was not closed until after so-called Jesus walked on the earth. But all that other time, it was not there. It was not even written in a complete state until after the Babylonian captivity. You can easily go and look these things up. But what you like to do is say that, well, we have parts of it. Having parts of something does not make a complete something. If I have the shell of a car but no engine and no tires, do I have a car? No, I do not have a car. What I have is the shell. Later on, I add tires. Later on, I add an engine. Once I have the engine, the shell, and all the other things that are needed in order for it to be a car and to be able to travel, it is only then that I have a car. You did not have in 700 BCE, 600 BCE, 500 BCE, 400 BCE, the complete text of Deuteronomy. It is after that. As a matter of fact, I would say the earliest that you can claim to have a complete text of Deuteronomy would be when the Septuagint was completed, and that would have been after the conquest of Greece into Judea, and they were commanded, 70 elders commanded to come to Alexandria, Egypt, under Ptolemy IV, and complete the Septuagint. That is most likely the earliest that you had a complete rendering of Deuteronomy. Remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.